Welcome. Today, we're going to break down 7 super practical rules for building long-term wealth. And look, this isn't about some complicated theory. It's a simple, actionable system that honestly anyone can use to completely change their financial future. So let's get right into it.
So let me ask you this. Does this sound familiar? You get a raise at work, you're working harder than ever, your income is definitely going up, but when you look at your bank account at the end of the month, you feel just as stuck as you did last year. It's this super frustrating cycle, and believe me, you are not alone in feeling that way.
And that brings us to the single biggest idea for today. See, building real wealth, it's not about just having raw willpower or waiting around for some burst of motivation. Nope, it's about creating a reliable, automatic system that works for you in the background, even when you're not thinking about it.
So here's our roadmap. We're going to start by building your financial foundation. Then we'll get into mastering your financial mindset. After that, we'll power up your growth engine. And finally, we'll bring it all together to show you your path to independence. It's a full journey. Let's go.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning. These first couple of rules, they're the absolute non-negotiables. Think of this as the bedrock, the solid ground that everything else has to be built on to create real stability and give you room to grow.
So, rule number 1, and this one is absolutely critical. Pay yourself first. Now, this is not about saving whatever's left over at the end of the month. It's the complete opposite of that. It means the second you get paid, a portion of that money goes directly to your future, before the landlord gets a dime, before the credit card company, before anyone.
And this, right here, shows you everything. On the left is how most people do it. You get your income, you spend it, and then you just kind of hope there's something left to save. But the wealth building approach, on the right, you get your income, you save immediately, and then you live on what's left. Just flipping that order changes the entire game.
Okay, now for rule number 3. You have to build an emergency fund. Seriously, think of this as your financial shield. It's the cash that stands between you and total disaster when life, inevitably throws a wrench in your plans. Without this, one bad surprise, a car repair, a medical bill, can send your entire plan off the rails.
So what's the magic number? The goal is to have 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses socked away. And this money needs to be in a separate, easy-to-access savings account. Just remember, this isn't an investment. It's your insurance policy against chaos.
All right, let's transition a bit. We've got the foundation down. Now let's talk about the mindset, the psychological habits you need to protect and grow that wealth you're starting to build.
Okay, next up, rule number 2. You have to avoid lifestyle inflation. This thing is a silent wealth killer. It's that sneaky, natural urge to upgrade your life every single time you get a pay bump. A nicer car, a bigger apartment, more expensive dinners out. This is exactly why so many people make more money but never actually get any richer.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The whole point isn't just to spend what you make. The real secret is to intentionally create a bigger and bigger gap between what you earn and what you spend. Wealth isn't built in your salary, it's built in that gap.
This brings us to a huge one. Rule number 7. Track your money relentlessly. I mean, think about it. How can you possibly get control of your finances if you have no clue where your money is actually going? Whether you use an app, a spreadsheet, or just a plain old notebook, the simple act of tracking gives you awareness. And awareness is always the first step to making a change. And that really brings us to this powerful quote. It says it all, right? You cannot control what you do not measure. Tracking your money isn't about being restrictive or cheap, it's about empowering yourself with the facts so you can make smart, conscious choices about where your hard-earned money should go. Okay, foundation is set, mindset is right. Now it's time to play some offense. These next rules are all about making your money start working for you, creating a kind of momentum that just builds and builds over time. But wait, before we hit the accelerator, there's something we have to get straight. Growing your money is awesome, but it's totally useless if your financial boat is full of holes. You gotta plug the leaks first.
And that brings us to rule number 5. Avoid high-interest debt at all costs. We're talking about credit card debt, payday loans, that kind of stuff. This isn't just a small problem. It's a financial fire. It's like trying to run up an escalator that's going down. It is actively working against you 24/7.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It could not be more clear. High interest debt is negative compounding. Your money is literally growing for someone else, like a bank. Smart investing is positive compounding. Your money is finally working for you. You have to kill the thing on the left to truly unlock the power of the thing on the right.
And that is the perfect segue to rule number 4. Understand the power of compound growth. This is the engine of all long-term wealth. It's basically a snowball effect. Your money earns a return, and then that return starts earning its own return. It might just be the most powerful force in all of finance.
And if you look at this timeline, you can see why time is literally your superpower here. In the first few years, the growth is, well, it's pretty slow, almost boring. But once you get to year 20, and especially year 30, that curve just goes exponential. That's why starting early, even with a little bit, is so much more powerful than starting late with a lot.
So all this leads to the ultimate goal. Rule number 6, invest in assets, not just income. See, a salary is you trading your time for money, but an asset, that could be stocks, bonds, a rental property, a business, that's a system that makes money for you, whether you're working or not.
And this lays it all out, plain and simple. With income, you work for money, and it stops the second you do. With assets, money works for you, around the clock. Your job can make you comfortable, for sure, but it's your assets that will make you truly independent.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. We've walked through building the foundation, firing up the growth engine, and mastering the mindset that holds it all together. Let's see how these 7 rules really click together into one system.
And here they are, all working in concert. Number 1, pay yourself first. 2, keep that lifestyle inflation in check. 3, build that emergency fund. 4, harness the magic of compounding. 5, destroy high-interest debt. 6, invest in assets. And 7, track everything. And remember, this is not a menu you get to pick and choose from. It's a system where every single part makes all the others stronger.
So it all comes down to this one final critical idea. You now have the blueprint, you have the system, but you have to remember, money flows where your attention goes. So the only question left is, where are you going to direct yours?